Hi, I'm Cathy Naiser, Realtor with Keller Realty City View. Been a Realtor a very long time, and I study the market. That's what helps me get my sellers' homes sold and helps my buyers buy. So this video is one that I actually did some research on years ago and decided it was time to do it again. So it works really well in companion with two other videos I've got out that you may want to see, perspectiveonthemarket.com and howsellerswin.com. Both of them talk about presentation of the property, pricing, and marketing. Pricing and days on market is a real issue right now as the inventory is raised. So right now we've got a higher inventory than we've had since 2012. And my perspective on the market video will show you that. And people are thinking that it takes a long time to sell a house. On average, yes. But there are plenty that don't sell that way. And the information I'm going to give you today on luxury homes is really going to surprise you, I think. Not just about luxury, but about the non-luxury market. Because if all of this is true in luxury, which seems like it's harder to sell right now, then it is true in non-luxury. And so for this video, I did some research on some luxury hotspots in San Antonio and around San Antonio. So I did New Braunfels, Boerne, a 6.5 mile radius around Boerne. New Braunfels, a 6 mile radius. I did a 4 mile radius around the Dominion, which included up to Fair Oaks Ranch. Fair Oaks Ranch was actually in the Boerne search. I also did Chavano area, so I did 1604 around Chavano, over to I-10, over to 281, down to Wurzbach and Vance Jackson. So the Chavano one includes Hunters Creek, Hollywood Park, Deerfield, Elm Creek, those areas. I did Alamo Heights and Monte Vista, and yeah, those are 6 areas. So I took each of the areas and I looked at the homes that sold in the last 4 months, luxury homes. So in San Antonio and surrounding, it was 800,000 and above. In Boerne, I used 1,100,000 because the price point for luxury is higher there. So I took the homes that are not builders, they were built before 2022, and that sold up in the luxury range, and I looked at how many days it took them to sell. So I think you're going to find this really fascinating. Timberwood Park, that whole area, which was across 281, Timberwood Park above, over to Blanco, across 281, Encino Park, down to 1604, that entire area. There were 46 homes that sold in the last 4 months. 26 of them, more than half of them, sold in less than 90 days at an average of 41 days. So the luxury homes in that whole big area, both sides of 281, half of them, more than half of them that sold in an average of 41 days. Let that sink in for a minute. That's luxury, which is supposedly taking longer to sell. Now, of the ones that took longer than 90 days but still sold, almost all of them sold. If you look at, okay, they priced it high, they did price change, price change, price change. From the last price change, the one that triggered the buyer, to the point that it went under contract on all the ones that did not sell in less than 90 days and did price changes, it was an average of 37 days from the last price change. So again, priced it high, price change, price change, price change. When they hit the price, it was an average of 37 days in that area to bring a buyer. So 41 days, those sold in less than 90 days. The ones that sold in more than 90 days, there were a couple of outliers that did no price changes and sold in an average of 118 days. But the rest of them, as soon as they reached the price that was right, then it sold. And the average was 37 days. So let's look at the Chavano area. Okay, so Chavano, south of 1604, I-10 over to 281, Vance Jackson, Wurzbach area, 25 houses sold. 16, more than half, sold in less than 90 days, in an average of 39 days. This is luxury. Almost the majority of them sold in an average of 39 days. Of the ones that took longer than 90 days, 90% of them did price changes. And from the price change that they did to when they brought the buyer, the last price change, to to when the buyer came and went under contract, average of 47 days. So average of 39 days for more than half of them. The ones that did price change, once they found the price, it was an average of 47 days. So it didn't take 200 days to sell those luxury homes. It told, once they found the right price, it took an average of 47 days or less. Let's do one more. Let's look at Alamo Heights. So Alamo Heights had 24 sales, 17 of them in less than 90 days. And an average of 33 days on those 17. Average of 33 days on the market. On the ones that were more than 90 days, once they found the right price, their last price change, it was 33 days. 33 on average to when they got a contract. So again, in the Alamo Heights area, it didn't take hundreds of days. It took 33 days once they got the right price. Let's do one more, the Dominion. 31 houses sold. This is a 4-mile radius from the Dominion. 31 houses sold. 11 of them sold in less than 90 days at an average of 34 days. 34 days to sell a house in the Dominion. And of the ones that didn't sell in 90 days, 90% of them did some price changes. And they sold in 28 days on average after the last price change. So once they found the price, 28 days. So let's go back and review a little bit here. Out of all those 6 areas, and I'll tell you that New Braunfels was a little bit slower, only like 30% sold in less than 90 days, and the others then sold with price changes. And in Bernie, the numbers were very similar. 15 sold, nine of them in less than 90 days. And that's a 6.5 mile radius around Bernie. So here's the totals. 158 homes sold in all those 6 areas in the last 4 months. 158. 63% of them sold in less than 90 days. 63% of the luxury homes that sold in the last 4 months sold in less than 90 days, and they sold in an average of 37 days. It's incredible stuff here. 47 of them, which is 30% of all the luxury homes that sold in the last 4 months, did price changes, and they sold in an average of 41 days from the last price change. 12 of them, which is only 8%, did no price changes and sold in an average of 152 days. So it's not taking hundreds and hundreds of days for luxury properties to sell. It's taking, on average, 37 days for the people that price it right initially. And the ones who get the price right later, it sells in an average of 41 days once they hit the right price. So if that's true of luxury, again, it has to be marketed well, it has to be presented well, all parts of that picture have to be there. If that's true for luxury, then in the non-luxury market, it's certainly true, where the inventory is less. So in the non-luxury market, some agents are saying, well, it takes more days on market, or it's an average of 70 days on market. Are you kidding me? On the luxury, it's only an average of like 40 days. Really? And it's less than that for the non-luxury, when it's priced right and presented right. So again, I invite you to watch my video. It's longer, Perspective on the Market, and to watch my video, How Sellers Win. And if you're curious about your property, luxury or non-luxury, call me. Let's meet. I sell both, and I'm happy to help you. And pass this video on to other people, because this is fascinating information that nobody else is telling. I'll talk to you later.